Hi everyone, this is Nia and today I'm going to swatch and review this set of 60 acrylic markers by Arrtx. This isn't something I purchased. Arrtx has so kindly sent me this set for me to try, but it's not a sponsored video or anything. They just wanted me to give it a go and see how I like it. And from my last acrylic marker video, a few of you told me you've got this brand, so I think it'll be fun to give it a go as well. Right off the bat, I think this set has such cute packaging and beautiful colors. You can see that they've separated the colors into each shelving, and they've told me to keep this stored horizontally, probably for better flow. You can see the ink is quite liquid inside. One thing I realized when I opened this box is they don't have a swatch card. I think it'll be nice to give us a printed space with little boxes for all the colors instead of having to make your own. Maybe this is just the lazy side of me, but this is something I found to be useful in my previous acrylic marker purchase, and it's just a small and thoughtful gesture and a functional addition in my opinion. I know they give you prints of the numbers with the color codes, but these things are rarely ever accurate due to the printer's calibration, but I'm just going to make my own here in the size of the little boxes so I can slip it in with the rest of the packaging. As for these pens though, I'm so glad I don't have to stick the color codes for each pen, so that was a huge relief. Now that it fits perfectly, I'm going to measure 60 small boxes, and I'm just going to roughly do this and create a grid with a ruler. Then I'm going to go over it with pen once I'm happy with the spacing. After going over the lines with pen, I'm going to write the numbers first per small box so I don't get too confused of the order. Starting with the first one, then I'm going to swatch each box and let you enjoy seeing all the colors. Honestly, I'm not the most thorough person and I get numbers and orders muddled up. This is why I feel like getting a swatch card pre-made would be really nice. I'm always too scared of switching the colors, and I actually did towards the end, but it was still salvageable. I always like to do this to new sets in order to get acquainted with the colors. This way it's also nicer to have the colors right next to me as I paint, so I can always select the right pens and have a nice reference. From swatching, I felt like the brush tips were nice. I do wish the tip was a little bit stronger and snappier though. I just felt like it would be a bit difficult to paint thin lines with this, but with this set, I've never actually used acrylic markers with a fine tip, so maybe the technology is just not there in general. But these were so pleasant to swatch, and the colors are very even. And that's it for the warm colors. Moving on to the next batch, which is the pinks, purples with some browns. The packaging on this set is so on point. I just love the design of the pens as well, which makes it a plus for me. I'm curious of the techniques I can apply with this set, if there are any differences with the previous set that I bought. So after I finish swatching, I'm going to try to paint something small with this set to do some intuitive tests. To make it a bit easier for me to write down the color codes, I decided to flip my pens first to get the right order, which I found made the process a little bit faster. Now onto the blues and greens. I love swatching these even though they're not necessarily my most used colors, but I just really enjoy looking at them. Now onto the last batch. This is where I start messing up the numbers, you will see at the bottom, but I'm just going to use the white acrylic marker as whiteout, also to check its opacity. I had to go over the pen a couple of times with some drying time in the middle, but it all worked out in the end. Could have also used whiteout, but it was in the other room. But anyway, let me just finish swatching this last batch before trying to paint. I also noticed this blue was very similar to the groups of blues before, so I guess we just have an extra of this color, or if any of you have this set as well, you can fill me in on the difference. It would be really nice and helpful too. And this is the completed swatch card. It'll fit nicely inside of the box. Now for the painting, I wasn't sure what I was going to paint, but I found this bunny picture and I thought it was cute. And I kind of forget that I never paint animals with acrylic markers before, and it's really not my best subject, so I approached this intuitively instead of having a game plan. But I think because of this, I ended up using the pens in a more flexible way where I got to try different techniques at the end. If I were to do this again, instead of making a textured first layer, I would just do some flat colors for the first layer just to cover every single part of the base color. Then after that, I should start adding the textures, but as I mentioned before, I didn't really think this over. I just want to get straight into painting, so this is what I come up with. I was so used to mixing colors with watercolors that it was fairly easy for me to control the tones as well as the values for certain parts of the fur when it comes to painting animals or anything. But because color mixing isn't as flexible with this medium, I had to allocate specific colors for specific sections instead, which I had difficulty with. I think I should have picked a simpler color like a white rabbit instead, but the great thing about this is that I can keep layering and fixing the colors if I didn't place certain things accurately, whereas this would be a problem with watercolors because of the transparency. As I was painting this part though, I realized that I really like the pastel colors, and the markers have great coverage as well. I was having a bit of a difficult time finding the right color for this part, so I started layering on two tones. This is where I realized that the colors ended up mixing with each other pretty well, and that my marker also picked up the other color for a little bit, which I feel would be a cool technique given you know how to take advantage of this. I also felt that the texture looks a bit more furry this way. It looked puffier and softer than just doing this in separate layers. So I tried to continue this in other parts of the bunny as well, and I'm going to see how that works. After doing this, I also realized that these markers dry a bit slower compared to the markers I used before, and I feel like this would make it a bit easier to blend because you have a bit more time. So here I start using a damp brush to see which areas I can still smudge. I ended up smudging more than I thought I would, and this is a good sign for me because this means that if I pick up paint with my brush or if I mix the colors, this would give me a bit more time to make decisions in between paint application. After painting most of the base colors, I felt like it was a bit easier to place the rest of the details and colors. I think it was just the ugly stage that I'm not used to seeing with this medium, so I really need to build my experience with this. But the drying time for me is such a plus with the set that I end up using the smudging technique quite a bit in order to cover large spaces. And I think it's something that I can also do for base colors of each element before painting on the textures. I noticed that the more you layer, the longer it takes for the paint to dry. So after layering a few colors, it's a bit easier to smudge. So I wanted to try with a background with just one color and use a little bit of water to see how far I can pull this, and it actually feels quite good. You can see that the paint is smudging quite well. Even the edges where I initially applied the markers smudged well enough that we can't really see distinctive streaks. Personally, this made it so much more fun for me to paint with because now I can figure out ways to make a blurry background instead of everything having sharp edges. Now I can start adding the backlight, and I can see some warmth to the edges of the light. So for those areas, I just used red for warmth and later blue for some cool tones. Because the smudging worked so well, towards the end I ended up trying to pick up a bit of paint with my brush so I can paint some really thin lines for the stems. So basically I just use the tip of my brush to pick up the paint straight from the pen or the nib of the pen itself. The colors end up looking a bit more transparent, which makes it nicer for out of focus backgrounds as well. I'm not really good with animal painting, so the bunny looks a bit off, but I think it was still really fun experiment for me to try. I think if I came in with a game plan, I would have simplified the painting to look a bit more flat and illustrative instead of something that's a bit more loose and textured the way I approach a watercolor painting. So I probably wouldn't have explored these techniques as much. So even though the painting isn't that great, it's mostly due to my error, but I'm really happy with the set. Let me know what you think if you do have this set at home. What's your favorite technique to use? I'd be so happy to learn some new tricks. Lastly, here I tried mixing a bit of black on the nib of the screen that I pick up with my brush to make some final background details, and it also worked out well. So you can mix colors with two nibs and then pick it up with your brush. And that's basically it for this video. Thank you so much, Arrtx, for this set. This was so much fun to explore and experiment with. And if any of you are interested in purchasing the set, I'll have them linked in the description of this video. As a final last touch, I decided to add little bubbles to make the edges of the background look a bit dreamy. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed and relaxed to the swatching session and found the demo useful somehow. If you're still here, thank you so much for sticking right to the very end of this video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye!